Hey guys, Woody here, and Thomas. Yeah, 2 days in a row. What's up, drum corps content? Here we grow. We're doing this thing the right way. So this video is going to be about preparation for DCI. So like pre-season prep. So we've talked about like audition prep, and we touched on like pre-season a little bit, but this is going to be like, you've got your contract or you've got your callback. What are you going to do to
make sure you keep that?
Make sure you keep that, because it is a possibility to be contracted and then cut whenever you don't follow through with assignments and stuff. So that being said, we're going to jump into it. Right into it. So first things first, you get your contract or you call it back or whatever. The first thing you got to do, I can't emphasize this enough, but like hold your weight. Like do your video assignments. Don't just ignore everything and be like, oh, I have a contract, I'm safe and sound. No. Put in the effort. Keep putting in the effort as if you don't have a contract.
Well, and one of the first things you have to do is like you have to tell them once they'll give you the contract and you have to like sign it and send it back to them. Don't miss that first due date, because that's a bad image. If they say send the contract back by May 21st or whatever, much earlier than that, but you get the point, and you send it late, then how can they really trust you to do anything else?
Yeah, exactly. And we've got some sirens going on in the background. So I'm going to go take care of that real quick with the window. Okay, situation to take care of. The window is closed now. But yeah, like we say, like you gotta keep holding your weight and stuff. That's very important. It shows that you're reliable. It shows that you're committed, and it really gives you a good impression. You don't want to be that guy that just kind of like, I knew those guys.
Oh yeah,
you knew those guys.
And it's awful once you get to spring training if you have been that person, intentionally or unintentionally, regardless of intentions or whatever. It means that you're screwed from day one of spring training.
Because you're behind.
You're behind, yeah. No.
You're way behind.
The season starts well before you get there.
Yeah, even if you do the video assignments, you can still be behind. Like, that's a big deal. Like, know your music. If you have dots and stuff before spring training, maybe take a look at those.
Get those in the dot book.
If you have a dot book or something, definitely use those. It's very, very, very important. Second matter of topic business stuff. Physical training.
Oh, yes.
I didn't do as much of this as I could have, but I definitely did some running in 2017 every morning, where I got up and I ran a mile or two in the mornings just to get my cardio up. Cardio is a big deal in drum corps. Depending on what instrument you have, that can make a difference as well. But running and just getting your, like, even riding a bike or something, getting that heart rate up and get the blood flowing is very, very important.
Well, that and doing interval training a lot, because especially, you have your really quick first movement and second movement, but then you have a ballad that's slow. So doing that sprint for 30 seconds and then walk or even stop for a few seconds and catch your breath quickly, it's more important that you're able to refocus yourself and get your heart rate down so that you can do the next quick part of the show. Yeah. And to add on to what he was saying about instruments, being a euphonium baritone player, I've done my fair share of camps unprepared. Those hurt. So don't do that.
It's going to hurt regardless.
But
it's going to suck less. It's going to suck less if you do that. I did a lot of, I would sit over here and like while watching TV or something. I played trumpet, but like, just holding your horn there for a while and just watch TV or something. Like, hold your horn for a while. Just get used to holding that up. Yeah. Because the longer you can hold that up, the better off you're going to be.
Especially for baritones and tubas, get yourself one of those like 2-pound ankle weights. Wrap that at the closest to you on the instrument, not out of the bell, but closest to you, and hold the horn like that.
Add that weight.
Add that weight. So if you can hold that horn for 10 minutes, then you can hold the unweighted horn for as long as you need to.
It's just like baseball. Whenever you're doing your practice swings with the weight on the bat, and then you take the weight off and it's so much lighter, or feels so much lighter, same principle. It works out just fine and dandy. Along with like the training and physical activity, starting to eat right, I think, is another big point, which I didn't even consider whenever I marched.
Don't do it, and it bites them.
It hits hard, because you start eating healthy on tour, and that it kind of gets you, because I know, especially like if you're on tour and you have like a free block or something and you go get yourself some McDonald's or something, it doesn't sit well. You have a
poor time the next block.
Avoid that, okay? Avoid that greasiness. Avoid that stuff, because you're gonna thank yourself later, and your bowels are gonna thank you later whenever you're not dying on the toilet for a block because you you ate some fast food.
Well, let's just say Cascades made the news in 2017 because we had some people not make good healthy decisions at San Antonio, and we had 7 to 10 out the next day for dehydration and other things. So don't do that.
Hydration too. I mean, that goes along with nutrition. So you got to start drinking water, like even months before. Like, get into the habit of drinking lots and lots of water. I'm not really a person that drinks that much water, but it is very, very important. Like, I've been trying to get back into that, even though I'm not marching anymore and I'm done and I'm aged out. I still try and make it as much of a point as possible. And Drum Corps really got me started on really hydrating a lot because it really does make a difference. It really does. Another point that he kind of brought up is getting to know people over over the preseason. Get to know your fellow marchers in your corps and stuff. That relationship that you form with them is going to help things along during tour.
Yes.
Your communication on the field, verbal and nonverbal, kind of relies on those relationships that you form. So really make a point to do that. It'll also make your tour go a lot better whenever you have all these people there that you know care about you and support.
Right.
It's a big deal. I've been pushing this in a lot of my videos about, you know, that family bonding experience between your fellow corps mates. And it is really important to do, whether it's co-ed or an all-male corps, like, get to know people. It's a very important thing to have that kind of cohesive unit so you all can communicate very well.
Well, and it's inexcusable not to know people in the day of Facebook.
It's
I mean, most corps should have a section chat for your section or whatever. I mean, obviously don't spam that. Don't be a nuisance. But
stay up to date on that.
But stay up to date and talk in it. Like, don't just sit there and lurk. Talk to people. That's how you get to know people.
It's very important. Okay, well, that's what we have for this short little video. I wanted to get this out just to kind of jumpstart the process if you have a contract. Congrats, by the way, if you have a contract or a callback or something. It's getting that time. It's February. You know, it's February. We're getting closer to tour. We're getting closer to the season. Things are going to start ramping up for you. And I know it gets busy and stuff with school. We all have the school.
Oh, yes.
We're all school age, or well, I was. I'm still finishing college and stuff. But anyone who's marching is really in school age kind of thing. So y'all are in the same boat. So homework's not really an excuse. Everyone's doing it. So do your homework. Stay on top of things. Be organized. Don't miss any deadlines, like he said. That's important. It just kind of reflects on you and on your drive to work. And corps are always looking for people who can are willing to work.
And if for whatever reason you do have to miss something, communicate with the staff.
Early. As far in advance as possible.
Not the night before, but like if you know that
weeks.
If you can't make a date or whatever, start talking to your captain head now.
It's a very, very important. That communication, we can't stress enough that communication is number one, which is why we said, you know, kind of meet your people and stuff and get to know your staff. It's communication is honestly incredibly important. But thanks for watching. We just wanted to give you a little bit of a input jumpstart. And as usual, if you just made it, it'll be you, and we will see you in the next video. I'm pumping them out.